Hello everyone and welcome to my class today. So my name's Kelly Odell. I am your teacher today of the casualty effects and it's called out of kit effects. So what I'll do is I'll tell you a little bit about out of kit effects, and that's basically when you're on a job you can become unstuck when the producer can suddenly say I need a bruise, and they might not have actually had that in the original script, but then you can suddenly use your kit to do such a thing. So there could be such things as a bloody nose that you weren't expecting, a bruise, abrasions, cold sores, gunshot wounds, all kind of out of kit stuff that you can do. So yeah, the day will start with one kind of style and then later we'll progress to more. But yes, let me just confirm that you both have been taught the health and safety rules of the area today. And also that you know where the fire exits are and you know the code of conduct. Is that, can you confirm that? Yeah. Brilliant. So I'm Kelly Odell, I've been a makeup artist for 10 years now. And I started with normal makeup and then I went on to special effects. So, and that's why I'm here today. So I've got into teaching as well. So first of all, I actually want to go around and ask your names. And also, can you tell me a bit about yourself and whether you actually have done any kind of special effects like this or why you're here today? So if you'd like to start first.
I'm Graham. My partner does it at home and I've had a few tries at things, you know, playing around, and it really took my interest. So yeah, I'd like to take it further and learn more. Thank you, Graham. And you are?
Cortez.
Okay, and have you done any special effects before?
No, but my mum has.
Okay, and then are you just interested in having a little play and a practice? Okay, right, good. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll get into when obviously you're working on another human, another person, health and safety is really important. So what we need to cover are contraindications, and this is why you would not be able to possibly do a makeup look on somebody, or maybe you'd have to alter the makeup and adapt. So I'm just going to go over some of these with you. Does anybody know what these are? These two pictures there, what would you call that?
Bruise.
Okay, and do you think that is contagious?
No.
Do you agree?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. So if somebody had a bruise on their face and you was actually meant to do the makeup on that bruise, you can't do it. But you can adapt and change to the other side or another part of the body. Okay? So what's this one? These two.
Swollen.
And would you agree, swelling?
Yeah.
So do you think you could do a makeup on someone with that?
It might be too tender.
Do you?
No.
So yeah, again, you have to adapt. It's not contagious. You won't catch it. However, you've got to think of the safety of the person. It's probably sore and painful. And in fact, if they look like that, I would probably say you need to go to hospital. So you just got to take it in your own initiative. So then what's this one?
It's a cut.
Scratches and cuts, grazes,
yeah. Abrasions, scratches, cuts, yeah, exactly right. So again, do you think that's contagious or non-contagious?
Non-contagious.
No.
Okay, so what would you do?
Wouldn't work if it's an open wound, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
that will hurt them.
But do you think you could actually just say, sorry, you got to refuse treatment, or do you think you could actually adapt and move area?
Well, yeah, move the area, but you can work on that area.
So yeah, if you was actually do a leg paint and it's all like their knee, you wouldn't do it on that leg, you could do it on the other leg, yeah? So then this one, what is this one? These two?
The cold sore.
Yeah, really bad cold sore. So now is that one contagious or non-contagious?
Yeah.
Contagious.
Contagious? Both say contagious? Yes, it is. You actually have to refuse treatment. Unfortunately, if they had probably that on their face, you probably could do something on their body. But yeah, you can't do anything on their face at all because that is very highly contagious. So then these ones, are these upside down? No. So that is a repeat of that one, so we'll ignore that one. So these two here, like, does anybody know what they are?
Rashes.
Yeah, but specifically it is a rash? Yes, it is. It's eczema. So is that contagious or non-contagious, do you know?
No.
Non-contagious.
It's non-contagious. So if somebody has eczema again, you can do it. However, you've got to adapt the area. So this one, does anyone know what this one is?
Blisters?
They are little blisters, yeah.
It's like a chemical reaction, is it?
It's scabies.
Ew.
So scabies contagious or non-contagious?
Contagious.
Very contagious, yeah. They shouldn't be in your seat and you've got to refuse treatment.
I feel like itching just being near that picture.
So this one is kind of like an adaptation from this one. So it's like the cold sore. So do you know what that is? Really bad case of
Skin disease.
Beginning with I. Impetigo.
Impetigo.
So again, impetigo, do you think contagious or non-contagious?
Very.
Very contagious. So again, if you were to work on someone with any symptoms and signs of these, obviously you're not a doctor, you're not going to definitely know what they are, but you need to be very cautious, and potentially, unfortunately, you'd have to refuse your client. So we're going to actually recreate kind of one of these effects. So which would we like to do?
That one.
You
The
see that
bottom.
one?
Yeah, that's the most interesting. Yeah.
So the horrible cold sore.
Yeah.
Good choice. So I have got a pre-made face chart here. This is just a quick example. So you actually will see on the table next to you have some handouts and worksheets. One of them is a face chart. These are really good for when you want to make designs, just so you can visualise your idea on pen to paper. This was just a very quick little detail, but I've used some of the products. You can actually use makeup on the sheets, and it was just for me to have a little play of what I'd layer up and how. So in a bit, I do want you both to have a go and do one of them. But first of all, I'm going to do a makeup demo. Can somebody volunteer, please?
I'll do it.
Yeah, come on then, Graham, thank you. So because obviously you're in the seat, I do want you to see, so you have to keep looking in the mirror unfortunately, but you get a front row seat and you get to see everything. First and foremost, when you have your client, obviously I'm looking for any contraindications, and then you've got to think PPE. I've got my apron on already, and I'm going to have the client, we need to cover their clothes. This is obviously for a facial treatment, but if you were doing body treatments, you might want to protect their clothes in other ways. So you can make notes if you want, Cortez. You'll have to make mental notes, Graham, sorry.
Okay.
So I've got apron on, cape on, and then I'm going to go in with some gloves. So first of all, I did double check with you that you are not allergic to latex.
I am not.
And you should always patch test your clients with any adhesive and glues and latex and things like that, because you never know if they have a reaction. If you have a reaction, you can't use those products on them. So we'll start with clean skin, which I'm just going to double check that it's clean. So then what we're going to do first is we are going to go in with a layer of latex. So I've prepared some latex, and you two are going to have a go at doing this, and you can share from this. And using a sponge. I'm using a sponge because latex will damage your brushes, and otherwise you have to throw your brushes in the bin. So are you okay?
Yeah.
It's going to feel a bit cold and wet.
I think so, my eye.
It isn't. So I'm not going to go too much, because if you have a look at cold sores, they're kind of like a...
Is that why you use that facing then, to see if you don't go too big?
Yeah, and also always refer to reference images. I obviously got some printed off, so you can refer to it.
Who are we going to
And like, if you have a look, obviously I can't do it near his mouth, he's got a beard, so I'm adapting the look, I'm moving it further. And it's not all over the face, it's kind of saturated in one area, so just try and not go over the top. So before that's drying, I'm actually going to use some roller oats. So these are the oats here. Your normal oats, you've not got an oat allergy or anything, have you?
I hope not.
And so this is the sort of thing, if you put in your kit, you could just pull out at any time to create these kind of blisters and scabs.
And if you get hungry.
And if you get hungry, yeah. And we're just going to dab that on the latex, if it'll stick. Because what that does is, when this all dries and sets and you paint it, it will look really gross and scabby and blistery. And it's a really cheap, quick, effective way of creating 3D effects out of kit. Is that tickling?
Yeah.
Cortez, how much do you think it would be for some roller oats?
Like £1.
Yeah. So would you say this makeup look could be quite cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something else to consider when you obviously do out of kit kind of makeups, is the cost. You've always got to think of how much costings are for your products and how you could do things as cheap as possible but to good quality. So I'm just layering up the latex again. This is the last layer of latex now, I promise. layered up with the latex because we want the latex will act as an adhesive. So you've got the layer where it sticks to, and you've got the layer on top where it will kind of bond it in, so it's like a sandwich layer. I'm going to put that there because that's for you to in a bit. And then what you could do, you can use a hairdryer to speed it up, but you've got to be very aware this can get hot, so stay at a distance and either sometimes put your hand there and then you'll know if it's getting too hot or not. Pardon, Cortez?
What are we going to do it on?
What are you going to do it on
Like
when you have a go?
Or, yeah.
It's up to you, so I'm going to give the choice to you. You can either do it on your arm or your face. I would recommend doing it on your arm because you have better control. It's actually quite difficult to do it in a reverse mirror.
Looking backwards and then,
Yeah, so in fact, just do it on your arm is really quick and easier. But I wanted to show you from a makeup artist point of view that you can obviously do it on the face, but doing it on your arm would be fine. So that concludes the demonstration part, and thank you, Graham, for being an amazing student that they're really still there. Do you feel like you both like to have a go at this now? Do you think you could attempt this?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is up to you guys. Obviously there is some inspirational pictures there. The images we went through earlier as the contraindications, you have got all 8 of those. So if you actually want to do a different kind of technique and a different kind of image, there are plenty of materials here to have a play. So it's up to you. You can do it on your face or you can do it on your arm. First of all, I would like you both to have a quick draw on your face chart, or you can draw an arm and draw it on there, just to have a little plan ahead of where you're going, and then definitely use your inspiration pictures to have a go. Okay, so you can go sit down now. Let's take that off you. Thank you very much for that. Graham, what are you choosing to do today?
I'm going to try and do a bruise because I feel like it might be the most easiest to achieve.
Okay. Don't forget to use your reference images. That will help a lot.
Yeah.
And Cortez, what are you choosing to do out of your inspiration pictures?
The blisters there.
Those were the scabies, I believe, wasn't they?
Oh yeah, scabies.
And can you remember if they was contagious or non-contagious?
They're contagious.
Well done. So Graham, now you're actually onto your skin, doing your bruise. Do you think planning ahead of time was good for you? Drawing on your mood board?
Yeah, definitely. It got me to realise which colours worked, but it's so much harder on your skin. Like, you're very good at your job. This is tough.
No, doing good. So Cortez, for your scabies, I recommend you using a cotton bud and a dotting it along your arm. So take that cotton bud, because I haven't got gloves on, I'll let you do it. And dot it along, following that texture pattern that you see in your reference images. So you're trying to imitate what you can see. Get more product if you need to. And then repeat that process. So how do you think you're doing? Are you struggling with anything, and do you have any questions?
It's alright, I guess.
You feel okay?
Yeah.
You're quite happily just playing along with the textures now?
Yeah.
And learning what they do?
Yeah.
So Cortez, I noticed you picked up some Rice Krispies to stick on there. Why did you choose to do that?
Because it would make a texture with the scabies, so it wouldn't just look flat.
Yeah, it looks really 3D, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good technique, well done.
School earlier.
Cortez, what are you doing now with that darker red?
Adding it on so it don't just look like a pinky colour, and it will add more of a colour texture.
Mm. So yeah, you're trying to get a few dimensions going on in different shades?
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. Okay, so Cortez and Graham, I'm just going to go over how to cleanse the skin, and you can use something like a Leo's Materials Prosthetic Remover. So we've removed most of it, or I've got Graham to do most of it, and then I'm actually now just softly using cotton buds and cleanser just to massage it into the skin and kind of release that product, release all that tackiness from the latex and the glue and adhesion. And that's the best way to wipe away the product safely. A lot of people just sit and peel, but it can actually be really damaging to your skin, especially around your eyes and sensitive areas. So please be careful whenever you're removing it off for your own skin or the model's skin. So we've come to the end of this lesson now, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So I just want to ask a few questions. I'd like to ask you, Cortez, what was your favourite part of the day?
Preparing it before I actually did it, so I have more practice to what to do.
So you liked actually using your face chart and being prepared. I like that. Prepared to fail. Prepared to fail, fail to prepare. And then, so what would you think you'd design next?
A bruise would be good.
A bruise, good choice. And why is that? Any particular reason?
Just because I like the colours and you can be more creative with the colours there.
Okay, yeah. And also, what did you think of Graham's work that he did today?
It was good, but maybe he could use a bit more colours.
Oh, yeah, okay. And then also, what would you have done different about your own work?
Added a bit less blood.
Okay, well, I think you did amazing. I really liked seeing your design come through until the final product, and I think you did fantastic.
Thanks.
So Graham, so what do you think your favourite part of the session was today?
Seeing how quickly you adapted and applied that to my face, it was really good. You know how good it looked with just minimum time and minimum kit and stuff. Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, improvising with this. Obviously the other stuff.
Thank you. And if you had another go next time, what would your design be?
Yeah, I'd try something harder, I think. I did the bruise this time. I'd probably try something a little bit more detailed, but I just didn't want to jump in the deep end.
Okay, yeah. And then also, what do you think of Cortez's work that she achieved?
Very good, actually, yeah. For someone her age, like, actually listened and tried really hard.
Brilliant. And if you could critique your own work, what would you have done different?
I'm not sure, just obviously keep practicing and it'll only ever get better, won't it?
Yeah, that's very true. And I think you did an amazing job as well. Well done. Just you lack confidence, maybe be a bit more confident in yourself. So that brings us to the end of this session. However, I would like to give you both a little bit of homework, and I feel like that if you go on YouTube, you'll be overwhelmed with the amount of special effects videos to do with out of kit. So it's not necessarily homework, you don't have to do it, but I would like you to maybe advance your skills further at home. There is an actual channel on YouTube called Saventa Makeup Academy. Check him out. He does a whole series of about 15 videos, maybe more, of out of kit videos, and it's absolutely amazing, really knowledgeable. The videos about half-hour long, so you get quite a bit of content, but you get to see somebody in this industry talking about the experience and products as well. So definitely check that out. And so yeah, so thank you very much today. You've both been brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.